Mine's bigger. Okay, that sounded wrong. Hello everyone, Briximus Prime back again reviewing another Marvel Legends action figure, and today we're going to be reviewing the Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet deluxe figure comic book Thanos. This is the Thanos figure that came out like about, I guess, a year ago from now, and it's still a really good figure, and I decided to finally pick it up because it was on sale for a little bit less than it normally is at Target, and so I decided to pick it up, and here we are. So let's just get right on into the review by starting with that nice-looking packaging. One of the things that impressed me about this figure was how unique his packaging is. He comes with this completely unique cardboard backdrop to him that makes it look like he has like he's the guy in the chair. He's got the Infinity Gauntlet logo right here from the old comic. It says Thanos, Hasbro. Got that old comic book artwork on the side of Thanos with all the Infinity Gems. And then here on the top, you can also see those Infinity Gems across the top, and I love the way how they did that. And then on the back of the box, you can see there is a nice comic book image right there, and it has a little bio here. It says, Thanos, the Mad Titan, seizes control of the hallowed Infinity Gauntlet and wields near omnipotent power. Who can stop this vicious new overlord? And hey, look, there's Death. How come she's on the back of this image and yet they've never made a Marvel Legends of her? And here's taking a brief look at Thanos' accessories. He comes with a pair of regular fists, and I like the metallic gold plastic they've got here for those. And then he also comes with two pairs of left hands for the Infinity Gauntlet. One of them where it looks like he's kind of like he's all like empowered with that like kind of graspy hand with all the stones or the gems if you're a loser. And then he's also got the snapping finger, which obviously I have him displayed with this hand on all the time, which is a very nice hand. And again, those Infinity Gems, if you want to call them that, if you're a boomer. And, but yeah, those look pretty good as well. And then he's also got his nice head sculpts here. I love the black wash that goes over the purple skin tone. It really brings out a lot of those extra details. I like how it came out. The blue eyes kind of annoy me a little bit. I feel like his eyes should have been squinting a little bit more, but overall, I still think this is very expressive, and I really like it, especially the open mouth and the teeth. Everything looks spot on. Same thing goes for the King Thanos head sculpt. I like this one a little bit more because, again, the eyes are squinted a little bit. I like how he's got that devious smile, and like that beard gives a little bit of difference, and that crown does a whole lot for me as well. And overall, I do like both of these head sculpts, and actually have a hard time deciding which one I want him displayed with more. And overall, I really like the way how this comic book Thanos figure really came out. Even though the colors are pretty simplistic, they did add a little bit subtle shading of paint to make him look that little bit more dynamic, especially with it being with the simplistic colors. But there's something here that really does it for me. The gold and the blue really pops, and it really he's a nice piece on the shelf. Like he's a showstopper. Taking a close look, obviously we already went over the head, but I love how the chest piece came out right here with that swooping shoulder pad. I love the gold with the blue. All the muscle detailing is all there. It's nice, precise. And again, you can see these subtle bits of blue paint painted on top of the blue plastic just to give him this subtle bit of color difference and shading, and it really does a lot for me. I wasn't really too keen on buying this figure at first, but after actually buying him and getting him in person, I really, really like him a lot. The gold and the blue is just a nice color contrast with each other. Again, it really pops, and I love how metallic and shiny it is. Really gets the point across about this guy being some cosmic level entity. And again, the blue and the muscle detail look great. I love the wrinkles right here. I'm not too big of a fan of the whole wrinkly Infinity Gauntlet from the comic books, but I will say they did it amazingly here on this figure. I love how it turned out. Even the back of the figure looks great as well, with all of that same detail and care put into the figure going all throughout it. And then he's also got these little peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And overall, I like the way how the figure really came out. And going over the articulation, both of the heads can look up that far. They can look down that far. They are on a little dumbbell joint. The head can swivel a full 360, can pivot a little bit from side to side, and then the shoulders can rotate a full 360. This is a slightly pliable material. The shoulders can move outward that far, and then they can move down bicep swivel, which is pretty tight. Single bend at the elbow, but it actually doesn't bug me as much as I thought it would, even though I still would have liked some double jointed elbows. He has an excellent arcing back, and again, that gold is continued even when it's unveiled by that joint. And then he has a nice ab crunch, very nice. And then he does get a proper waist swivel. Hips can move forward that far, they can move back that far, they can move outward pretty far. He does get a nice thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, though the second joint of the double jointed knees is super tight. Oh, that I'm not even going to bother, though I will show it on this leg at least. There you go. And then the ankles can move up and down. Very nice, buttery, smooth ankle pivot. So overall, really love the way how this figure came out, and I actually have a really fun time posing him around for the past couple weeks. Here is Thanos with some other of my favorite comic book Marvel Legends supervillains that I've also reviewed. Here is Thanos compared to another comic book villain I wanted to compare him with, the Secret Wars Doctor Doom, and the other Thanos that I own. And then here is Thanos with my last Marvel figure review, the Play Arts Kai Symbiote Spider-Man. So be sure to check out that review if you missed out on it. And then here is Thanos with my actual last Marvel Legends review, the Marvel Legends Deluxe Punisher. So anyway, that's basically it for the comparisons. And that is basically it for my review on the Marvel Legends Deluxe comic book Thanos. I really liked the figure. He came out really good. Like, I actually was genuinely surprised by this figure. It caught me off guard. Because at first, I wasn't really that big a fan of the comic book design. I kind of grew a bias toward the movie figure, or to the movie design for Thanos. But after getting this figure and actually handling it, I actually really like the way how it came out. Like, even though I'm still not a fan of, like, that wrinkly, like, cloth kind of look of the original comic book Infinity Gauntlet, I cannot deny that they executed it perfectly within the, and they still make it look epic on this action figure. And again, all the paintwork and everything really went into this figure, and I can see where Hasbro really put the money on this guy. I literally cannot think of any complaints except maybe I would have liked maybe some cosmic blast effects to put around his gauntlet, or maybe even some more options for his right hand, because there's so many options for his left hand, but I would have liked even more options for the right hand. And, but yeah, other than that, I have like almost zero complaints. So if I had to give this figure a rating, I give him a solid 9.5. I'm just that tiny little bit unconvinced about the figure, just because I wish that he maybe came with that blast effect, or just that teeny bit extra, that little cherry on top. But I'm kind of debating with making him a 10 out of 10. Like, to you guys, you just make him a 10 out of 10, but for me personally, just a 9.5, that tiny little bit. But anyway, that is basically it for this review. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give me a like on the video, comment down what you guys think down below, and subscribe to the channel for more Marvel Legends and action figure reviews, and I'll catch you guys next time.